everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing something a little bit different and I'm going to show you how I do my makeup each day. So this is just my sort of everyday makeup. I've gotten quite quick at doing it now. It usually takes me about 10 to 12 minutes, something like that. I've got to be pretty quick because I've got to do the school run and things like that. So yeah, it's all pretty easy. I have quite oily skin and I'm quite acne prone as well, so a lot of the things that I use are to make my skin as matte as possible. So if you have skin like me, then this might be interesting for you to watch to see what products that I use and what products I feel work well for my skin type. So yeah, if you want to see how I do my makeup each day, then keep watching. So here I am, barefaced. This is a foundation that I use. It's the L'Oreal Infallible 24-Hour Matte and I find that it works really well, and I use a Real Techniques buffing brush to buff that into the skin. The shade that I use is number 10 Porcelain, which is the lightest shade, I believe. And foundation is probably what I spend the most amount of time on, just making sure that it's worked into the skin properly. So next up is concealer, and I use the Collection Lasting Perfection one in Fair, and that's the lightest shade that you can get. I believe I'm usually the lightest shade in everything, but to be honest, sometimes even this looks a little bit too dark on me. So I just pop a little bit under my eyes because I get quite dark circles under there, and then a little bit around my nose as well. I get a bit of redness around there, and on one side I've got a little bit of scarring from a spot, so pop a bit on there as well. I do tend to get really oily skin, as I mentioned earlier, so I do use quite a bit of powder to make sure that I stay shine free for as long as possible, and I use the Rimmel Insta Fix and Matte Translucent Powder. I've recently discovered this and it is really good, so if you do have oily skin like me, definitely give it a try. And the brush that I'm using is a Sigma brush, and it's a large powder brush, and it's the F30. It's really big and really soft. So for bronzer, I'm using the L'Oreal Glam Bronze, and it is in the lightest shade that they do. If you have really fair skin like me, this is a good one to go for. Bronzer is something that I have only recently started using, especially in the autumn and winter months when my skin is particularly fair. It's good to use a bit of bronzer just to give myself a little bit of colour and not look quite so pale. So I just pop that on my cheeks and on the top of my forehead. The blusher that I use is MAC one, and it is in the colour Dame, and this is something that I've been using for a couple of years. It's really good, again, if you've got fair skin, because it's not too much. So at this point I pop on a little bit of lip balm, and the one that I'm using at the moment, which is my favourite, is the Molton Brown Lip Saver, which is really, really good. Onto eyebrows, and I start off by just combing them through with a spoolie. I then fill them in using the Maybelline Brow Satin in medium brown. This is something, again, that I've used for a couple of years and I really like. Then I'm just going to pop a bit of this through them. This is the Maybelline Brow Drama in medium brown and it's a sculpting brow mascara, and I just put a little bit of that through the brows just to keep them in place. This is a Benefit set that I got last Christmas. I've used most of the things in it already. At the minute I'm just using this shade of eyeshadow, and this is a Sigma blending brush. I don't know if this is the correct brush to use, but it's fine just for popping a little bit of eyeshadow onto my lid. And then I just take a bit of this highlighter and just pop it underneath my eyebrow on the brow bone just to highlight that area. For mascara, I'm using the Max Factor False Lash Effect mascara in black, and I have quite good lashes, very long and thick, but they are very, very fair, so I use a lot of mascara. Some really funny mascara pulling faces going on there, but it's a really good mascara. So this is usually where I would leave it, but on the days that I do wear lipstick, one of my favourites is this one. It's the 17 Stay Pout lipstick in the shade Manhunt. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video. Please do give it a thumbs up if you have, and thank you for watching, and I'll see you again in my next video. Bye!